Hello and welcome to another commentary done by Brock. In the bottom left we're watching Brock, myself as Zerg, and in the top right we're watching Ivaano as Protoss. And thank you for the views that I got on my first video, but I still don't have any comments, but I think I had 1 or 2 likes. So thank you for the likes, but could you please leave some comments, because that shows me that you're supporting my work and liking what I'm producing. So we're just seeing some standard openings for me. I'm not trying to 6-pool or anything in this video. So you're just going to see some drone production here. It looks like Ivaano is going to get his first pylon and 8 and then scouting, which is completely standard for any race. Right when you get that first supply thing, you want to scout. And for Zerg, I like to produce the Overlord and then scout with my first drone. Because with that Overlord, it takes time to produce, but your unit doesn't have to make it. So kind of like Protoss, so you can just get an early scout. The earlier you do that, basically, like the earlier you send the scout, the better it's going to be. So because if he had sent a scout out and I had been 6-pooling, he would have had time to counter it. So the scout is basically the key to success in StarCraft. So always scout. Don't forget that. It looks like he's throwing down his gateway 11. And I'm throwing down my spawning pool at 11 as well. It looks like he's just doing a little scouting and not seeing much, really. And, yeah, you usually want to get gas, depending on your build. I was going Mass Roach this build, but depending on your build, you want to get around a 14 gas, maybe earlier if you're really trying to, like, get those roaches out super early, but usually a 14 gas is good. And it looks like he's throwing down another pylon, and it looks like my drone's just chilling and seeing what he's doing. And I actually steal the gas, because basically when you steal the gas, they have to destroy it, and it annoys the heck out of me. I know I'm annoyed when Zergs and Protoss steal my gas, because basically what you can do with Zerg is you can take it, and then right when it's about to finish, you can cancel it and put it back on, because when you cancel stuff, you still get money. And so it looks like he's throwing down his forge. You still get money back is what I mean. So, I don't remember if I steal his gas. I think I do. And so basically I'm chasing this probe out of here because he was pissing me off by killing one of my drones. But with the spawning pool, I actually don't have a queen out. I don't know why I didn't have one out right away, but it's okay. It's a little tiny bit delayed, but it's not that bad. Continuing with some drone production here, that's key. Economy gets you the money to build your army. So always get an economy, obviously. So we get 2 Zerglings out of me, and it looks like he is throwing down a photon cannon for this scout, and it looks like he's got his first zealot out, so my scout's good and dead. And actually that's his second zealot, because his first zealot, I swear I saw a zealot up there. Oh yeah, I did. Wow. Okay, so his second zealot is right there, so it looks like he's up 2 zealots and a photon cannon to my 2 Zerglings and a queen. So, I don't know whose game it is. He's actually ahead in supply, but that changes. And I got the Roach Warren at around 16 because it's about done and I'm 2 supply. So yeah, I'd say about 16 I threw down that Roach Warren. And I'm just continuing some standard play, and I threw down my second gas because roaches, actually I could have just done with 1 gas, but you can never go wrong with 2 gas, because roaches cost 50 minerals a piece and 25 to gas, so just keep that in mind. Just don't mass up, or don't speed up to your Roach Warren and then forget you need gas. Always put that gas on. So it looks like from him he's adding on a cybernetics core and continuing with some zealots. And he got his gas. I don't know exactly when, but yeah. And in this game he doesn't get more research. He doesn't research it at all. So that is probably the biggest mistake you can make as Protoss. Always produce warp gates. Always research warp gates, chrono boost them if you're really worried about getting them out fast. Just remember that you have to have warp gates. And I don't know why he got this forge and didn't get the weapons. I think he just got it for the cannon. But it looks like he's throwing down an expansion at about 23, and that is completely standard. That is actually probably a really good timing for an expansion like that. probably timed that very perfectly. I didn't get my expansion out until much later, but I do have 3 roaches, and all he has is units that I can easily kite. So if you have roaches, just, I didn't in this game, but I would recommend you just poke into their base and see what they're doing. Because if you poke into their base and then you see that they have kiting units, then you can kite their units and kill them. It's really that easy. But I didn't, and now he's got a sentry out, so this sentry can throw down some force fields. I would actually, if I didn't have the expansion, keep this sentry up here, and of course he doesn't have any stalkers yet, but the sentry can force field this ramp right here, so none of my units would be able to attack, and if he had some stalkers on the high ground over here, he could easily do some damage. But I pushed out with these roaches, and I tried to kite, but I kited them, and then I saw the stalker, and then I thought, oh, my roaches are going to die anyways, even though I could have taken out all 3 of these zealots, but it's okay. And back at base, I've got 5 more roaches, continuing to inject larvae, because if you don't know, when you inject larvae, you get 4 extra larvae. And your hatchery, lair, or hive can only produce up to 3 larvae at a time, so that inject larvae gives you more larvae to make more units, and that's always good. So you see actually 7 more roaches coming out of me, and in the units I have 12 roaches, 1 queen, to his 1 stalker, 1 sentry, and 3 zealots. So if I were to push out with these roaches right now, I would undoubtedly win, but I didn't. He actually makes the first push, which is going to happen in a few minutes, and I'm about to get my expansion. Yeah, I got my expansion really late, because I was thinking that I was going to one base all in and just win it, but I guess not. So this spire right here, I threw down at about 51. That's probably a pretty late spire if you're going for meterless harassment, but that wasn't really my plan in this game. So I throw down the expansion at 52. Which is completely late. 10-minute mark for Zerg. You should have like 3 bases by the 10-minute mark, maybe even 4 if you're a macro master. And it looks like he's got 6 zealots, a stalker, sentry, and it looks like he's throwing down a 3rd gateway. Still not upgrading them to warp gates. He doesn't even have it researched. Or now he's starting to research it, but that is so late for warp gates, it's not even funny. That dark shrine, he got it about 46, I'd say, and then he's got this Twilight Council, which he should be researching zealot legs, because that would be great, because it's like, makes him almost kite-proof. But he's throwing down a photon cannon at the expansion, throwing on an extra gateway, that's a 3-gate, and he got a robotics facility as well, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any DT play, because he just doesn't have the stuff, really. He doesn't have the time, and he doesn't really have the money. He's really low on minerals and stuff. He only has a good amount of probes, but he just doesn't have that much stuff. So looks like he's pushing out with his 6 zealots, 1 stalker and sentry towards my base, and he's gonna get a face full of 12 roaches and 6 mutas. So basically he's gonna lose this battle. If you can't think about that in your head, I'm pretty sure he's going to be losing this battle. So it looks like he's getting Zealot Charge and Ground Weapons level 1, which is way late. He should have gotten that before my roaches even were poking in his base the first time. This Immortal's pretty delayed, but it does counter the roaches, so if he was to mass Immortals right now, and he would have like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 by the time I got there, he would, this game probably would have turned out different. Looks like he's getting another gateway. I'm getting my 2nd queen. And it looks like he's getting a 3rd at about 61. Which is, it's average, really. He could have gotten that much earlier, and he could have gotten that much later. So it's pretty good that he got it now. So it looks like with these stalkers and zealots and sentries, he actually got 3 more zealots. So now he's got 9 zealots. And he sees my mutalisks see him, and I try to bait them into my roaches, but my roaches reveal themselves, roaches push up, and they take out the zealots. The zealots flee home, and then I think he misclicked right there, because that was dumb. So I move out with these mutas to go do some harassment after this zealot force tries to attack my base, and I actually kited back my roaches right there just to be a cool kid. So I moved my mutalisks, and I was practicing magic boxing, so I'm pretty sure I was doing that in this game. So I spot the expansion in my mutas, and I bring them back to attack it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I was working on magic boxing with these mutas, and if you don't know, leave a comment telling me you don't know what magic boxing is, and I'll do a video on it if you're interested. And so this expansion gets done, and these mutas are just chilling, and I've still got these roaches over here, and so I'm just gonna move these mutas in right here for this expansion, take it out, and then I think that'll be GG. Actually take out the expansion and then move up a little bit and then basically cause some harm. I don't even finish off the expansion. I just go for the stalkers and his precious cloak, and I think he just calls it. So I masked up some more mutalisks and roaches, and if I was to do a double prong attack, that would just be a little overkill, I think. But he actually didn't GG, and he left the game. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.